everyone, this is a 50 back again for how to play. Today we're looking at how to play this game, which is actually Gold River. This is a non-English version, the Korean version. In fairness, the only versions of this game are non-English. I don't think there is an English version from what I've seen. Although there is a redo of this game called Boomtown, which is in English, but it's not quite the same. And apparently some people prefer this one. It does have a nice box of UV ink that opens up on the front here, and there is information. Of course, it's not English. And then in here you'll have the box proper, which opens up. That's a nice artwork. And here we have the rules and a reference card, but again, not English, unfortunately. The game plays, I believe, 2 to 5 players, if I recall correctly. Say on the box somewhere. And this version, 2 to 5 players. I don't know the age, says it's about 35 minutes. I guess it's ages 8 and up. It's designed by Bruno Cafalla and Bruno Ferretti, two pretty big names with many good games out there, and art by Jonathan Alcomte, hopefully I pronounced it correctly. In the game, you get a bunch of gold nuggets, 1s, 5s, and 10s. You can always trade up as needed. You get these two cool wooden dice, which have 1 to 4 on them. That's really unique. And you have a deck of cards, which they're okay quality, smooth plastic coated, small square cards. I've heard that the original French version from Lumberjack Studio, who designed the game, it's not the best quality. I'm hoping these ones that are from Korea board games, that this one is better quality. In the game, you get a bunch of cards. You got cards like this, which are action cards. Some of them will have a gun symbol, which means it's an immediate action. This one, I have to point out, is a promo card that is not available in the original. And some of them, these ones, there's 2 that have like a lasso symbol on them. Those ones are only, they will have to do with some of these claim cards. And these ones that have a horsey symbol on are action cards that you will have to hold on until you're able to use them. I also have some cards like, this is another lasso one right there. All sorts of cards, action cards and whatnot. These are not shuffleable apparently. And they have all these mine cards. These are the claim cards they have. They come in like 5 different towns. And as soon as you get 2 of the same town, for instance, if I was to get these 2, I would be able to claim the mayor for that town, which is going to give me 5 points at the end of the game if I still have it. Because if another person was to get the same amount or more of this town's cards than I have, they would steal the mayor from me. And these are the mayors. Now, another thing you might notice is that these cards have a playing card index on them, and that is because, well, for one, you can use them as playing cards if you want. Obviously, the action cards don't have that. But 2, you can play with a poker variant where at the end of the game, whoever has the strongest poker hand amongst the cards that they have collected will get 10 bonus points. You don't have to use that variant. And there is one card in here, the train station, I believe it is. One of the building cards that they recommend. They just say not to use if you're not going to use the poker variant. There's other buildings here, so you got the bank. You got the post office. You got the saloon, and somewhere in here we have the other one. There it is, the train station. Now, of course, again, they're not in English. So each one of these has like a different ability that you can use if you get that one. See if I can figure out what they are. So the real this one, if you have it, you can use it as a joker for your poker hand, which basically lets you use it as anything, as a long card. If you're using the poker variant, if not, you don't have to use that one. The saloon, these all happen to be 2s. This one, in the saloon, whenever a player earns 6 or more nuggets, then they will come to your saloon, have some drinks or whatever, and they will actually give you one of those nuggets as payment. So 6 or more nuggets, you get one if you have a saloon, if you have the saloon. This is the post office, which we didn't talk about. The post office is if you win an auction, because this is an auction game, you would only roll one of these dice, and then the other one you could set to whatever number you want. And then finally, you have the bank, which is an interesting one. Every time somebody were to roll a free, you could add a multiple of free gold nuggets onto your bank. So free, or you can have free, you can have 6, you can have 9. Every time somebody rolls free, if that happens, you can add a multiple of free nuggets to this bank card. At the end of the game, for every free you have on here, you're going to get 1 additional nugget. However, if somebody were to blow this up on you, then you would just take back the nuggets so you don't get any interest. So that kind of explains that. I won't get into all the action cards, but I will talk about a few other things. As it probably shuffles up a bit better before we get started. Now, at the start of the game, everyone's going to get 15 nuggets, 2 5s, and 5 1s to start for the auctioning purpose. And then you just put the dice in the middle, put the other nuggets within reach. So these numbers here on the top left represent what you're trying to roll on the dice. So if I have these cards in front of me, and somebody rolls the dice, or I roll the dice, if it lands on 4, which it did, I'm going to get these nuggets here, which is 3 nuggets. If it doesn't, then I don't get anything. And it affects everyone at the same time. So anyone that has 4 would get those nuggets. They would get 1 in this case. And also, these symbols help you identify the different towns. So there's the green one, the red one, blue one, the yellow one. My gosh, these are poorly rolled. There's also black ones. There's one more thing I want to show you, if I can find it. An example of it. Maybe it'll come up at some point in time, but there's some cards. This one in here has this skull and crossbones. If somebody were to roll the dice and it were to land on 2, or in the other cases an 8, then this mind would blow up and you would lose it. And it would be discarded from the game. It gives you lots of nuggets, and it's usually a good number to roll, but it's got that risk. Otherwise, you'll see that if a number is high, it's going to have a decent amount. Middle, it varies, the lower amounts though. And if you see like the 2s and the 3s are going to have lots of nuggets, but it's harder to roll 2s or 3s. So these cards are related to the dice roll as well. These are, what do they call them? Something River. The Whiskey River claim cards. These are not claims like the other ones. They're not mines. They're just panhandlers at the river. And they will give you nuggets if the dice roll lands on an even number or an odd number or is a pair. A pair gives you 2, ironically. So I'll mix those in there. I'll mix all these cards in here. I've set it up for 4 players. So. Now what you're going to do for the game, you're going to put the mayors aside. You don't mix them into the deck. And when somebody claims a mayor, they will get it. You're going to reveal 1 card per player. If it is one of these action cards, you'll put it away. You only want, for the first round, you only want claims. So the mines. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's not so good. Beautiful. So you I guess randomly to the start player. And what you're going to do on your turn is you're going to make a bid in this auction with the nuggets you have. You cannot bid more nuggets than you have. So if I only had 3, I can't bid more than 3. Pretty explanatory. So let's just say I start off and say I bid 3. The next player can either pass or bid. If they bid, they have to bid more than I did. I'll just put these here just as a reference. You're not actually going to put them out there. So I'll say 3. Maybe he says 4. Maybe this guy passes. This guy says, you know what, I'm going to pass. It comes back to me. Maybe I pass. So whoever, you're going to keep going around until all but one player pass. So this guy bid 4. So what he's going to do, he's going to take his 4 nuggets. He's going to pass them to the player on the right. You have to pay the nuggets that you spend. And the way you pay them is by passing them around the table. So he won with 4. He's going to give me those 4 nuggets. I get to keep half of them. And then I pass this to the right. They take half, and then they pass the rest to the next player. If somehow it comes all the way around back to the person who won the auction, they won't get the nuggets, so just discard those ones. Just keep that in mind. If you're doing 3 players, if there's any left over, they just get discarded as well. So it goes to the right, person on the right from who won the bid, and I keep half, then I give them the rest, they keep half, and they give the rest. So the more you bid, the more you're going to be giving away to other players, but it is what it is. So whoever wins the auction now gets to select one of these cards. Maybe he selects this 2. And he also gets to discard one. So maybe he says, you know what, I'll get rid of this one. This is actually an action card, but it is what it is. It went in there. We'll discard it. Then everyone else going in clockwise order. So when you're doing the payment, you go to the right, counterclockwise. But when you're selecting, you go clockwise. To start with this way, he'll take a card, then he takes a card, and then I get a card. Now, the person that won the auction will now roll the dice. And he's going to hope to get this 2. He does not. He gets a 5. So anyone that has a 5 will get the nuggets indicated. So I win. I get 2 nuggets. And then we continue. So we move on. We're going to reveal 5 more cards. It's, if I didn't mention, it's 1 card per player plus 1. So 5 cards for 4 players. And here we have, this is actually a promo card, an action card that was included as a promo originally. It says the bandit card. It's got the gun symbol on it, which means it's an immediate card. And what that one is you will get to roll the dice. Let's say it landed on 5. And let's say I got this card and roll the dice. And well, let's roll the dice. It lands on 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now that guy has to give me 2 coins, 2 nuggets. If it happens to land on me, I actually have to pay 2 nuggets. So it's kind of an interesting one. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to bid 5 to start off with. Actually, no, wait. Who won the auction last time? He won the auction. He's going to start off, well, he only has a 5, so he's going to bid 5. He could trade down and get 5 nuggets and bid 3 or 4. He's going to do 5. This guy says, you know what, I'll pass. This guy decides he will do 6. Comes to me, you know what, I'll do 7. And then it comes to this player, he decides to pass. This guy's already passing. This guy says, screw it, I'm passing. So, actually I'm going to take the 7 like this. 5, 7, passes to the right. They're going to take half rounded up, so they're going to take 4. They're going to pass these. They get half rounded up, which is 2. And this guy gets 1. So the last person almost always getting 1, maybe 2. And then I get to start. So I'm going to take this one, put it here, and I'm going to discard this one. The reason is because I now get to be the mayor of this one. I'm going to collect this mayor. And this way I get rid of this one and nobody else can start collecting those ones, and maybe I hold on to this mayor. So we'll discard this one. Next player is going to go. He decides to take this, and then this guy will take this, and this guy will take this, perhaps. He would have preferred this one out, obviously, but it is what it is. That's how it happens. So this one, again, the bandit ability. He's going to roll the dice and do what I said. So 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He actually cost himself 2 gold nuggets with that one, unfortunately. And that's an immediate thing you have to do when it has a gun on there. So then I'm going to roll the dice because I won, and it's a 4. So I don't get anything. He has a 2. Nobody's going to collect any gold nuggets on that dice roll. So did he continue? Now this has the horse symbol on it. This is one of the non-immediate actions, but that has a horseshoe on it. This one is penny press. It is, you will discard and replace the auction card. So if I get this on my next turn, I'll get rid of this and discard these cards and draw new ones. That's how that one works. So that's what these action cards do. They do different things like stealing from other players, or getting rid of these cards, or this and that. Different types of stuff. So we will do the auction again. Going around the table. We continue doing this until you don't have enough cards left to refill this. At the end, to see who wins, you are going to add up all of your gold nuggets, the gold nuggets on these claim cards, add the value of any mayors that you have, and whoever has the most points wins. And of course, if you do the poker variant, you'll see who has the strongest poker hand. That's worth an additional 10 points. There is another variant as well that you can use, which is a 2-player variant, which works similarly. But I didn't get the rules for that, so it is what it is. So that is that. Comment, like, subscribe. That's Gold River. I like it. It sucks that it's hard to find, and that there's no English versions, but it is what it is. Comment, like, subscribe, and what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.